Like we had Skrillex, we had fucking like all of the people that hadn't hit yet, even though they had hit yet. You know, we're talking about
before they blew up though.
No. All of these DJs were like, do. One of these DJs wasn't even like 18 yet, and his parents were there. And it was just one of those things because we were just like, okay, everything's cool. We can't. I had to sign an NDA because like he was underage or whatever. But this is a place that I worked for 14 years, and it was fucking amazing. And like
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Dude, there were people doing blow right in front of me, but these people tipped like.
So you looked the other way after you did a line.
Well, because you couldn't see because they were huge because they were all on fucking steroids and they were doing the fucking shit, and I'm like. Taking drink orders ever. Like my GM's behind me and just kind of like killing it, doing great. And I was like, who gives a fuck? Let's fucking go, you know. And like now that's what it was. And like it within like I'll put it this way: we originally opened at 3 and closed at 10. It went to we could only open at 4 and we closed at 8, and we made easily $700.
Wow.
Average.
In the 2000s.
Average.
Wow.
Average from
4 p.m.
from 4 to 8.
8 p.m.
And that was just like every Sunday.
Wow. Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Jeez.
Like data, like there was just like you know, Afrojack, like there was just like
wow. You guys smashed it.
Yeah, no, it was insane. I was like the only girl that could like actually hang with a lot of like badass bartenders. Honestly, I was the only female that could actually hang with whoever I worked with. And it was funny because like at one point there was like drama. So they put me in the stepdaughter well, but also they put somebody else back there. And so you're just like, fuck you, let's go. So every time like I was back there with like my buddy Nick, where it was like, all right, we're the step kids. They were like, every time we see tits, fucking let's go. And I love that shit.
Oh, they just flash tits?
Oh, every time I see tits, I'm just like, yo. And all of a sudden we're just like, yeah. And everybody just does a shot, and we're not supposed to drink.
Right, of course.
Oh, no. Oh, by the way.
You have to do math later.
I don't work there anymore. But, like, it was one of those things where I'm just like, they knew that I was cool as shit, and I was just like, titties! And you see, like, fake titties everywhere, whatever. I have nice, whatever. But, like, that was normal shit. But, I mean, like, sometimes...
What's the address of this bar? I'd love to go.
But one time, it was just one of those things that I was just like, you're feeling somebody and, like, leaning up against the bar, you're making out or whatever. And all of a sudden, like, you could tell, like, if you're getting fingered as a female, you can tell when that's happening because everything stops. But then all of a sudden, when you start getting fucked, that's a whole nother thing. And I totally knew it, and it was right in front of my well, and I was like, dude, you gotta stop fucking this bitch. He was like, I'm not. And I was like, really? Stop doing that shit. I'm gonna fucking take this water pitcher. And I was fucking 15 deep, right? I probably could have made like $100 in the time that I was talking to this motherfucker. I was like, stop fucking her. Go fuck her over there. I even said, I'm like,
go fuck her over there.
I said, go fuck her behind that palm tree. We had so many palm trees at this bar. And he was just like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. And I took this water pitcher and I dipped it where all of our beers were in this. And I took it and I fucking threw it on him. And he jumped over the bar and tried to like tackle me.
With his like fucking pants undone and everything. And just
but he was just like, bruh, but he got tackled and it was like a huge fucking thing. But that's the only time when I like draw the line is if you're having sex where I should be making money yeah. and I'm not getting fucked. I'm not getting fucked or making money on this. Get the fuck out of the way. Go fuck behind that palm tree. And I gave him a warning and I dumped him with like a bunch of water and like it was a huge fucking thing and I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah,
actually.
You gotta have boundaries. You're not asking a lot.
No, I could have like had him kicked out. All I wanted to do was keep fucking but behind the palm tree over there. Yeah, I told him where to go.
Yeah, you gave him a location.
Him where to go. Come on, man.
Come on, yeah, that's like that's Lover's Point right over there. Behind that palm tree. So like I would put the palm in palm tree and just be over there masturbating while I watch them fuck. So San Diego and then how many 14 years then you wound up in Denver.
Yeah, I'm back in Denver. I was born here. I came back here. I'm from here originally. My family is in Grand Junction and that's why I came back here and it was awesome for me I came back here and got a job at this fucking bougie ass, crazy ass, non-denominational restaurant downtown. I don't even want to give name to it because no, honestly, I'm not even going to tell you what it was because I'm not going to advertise it because it just isn't. Oh God, I wish it was better than what it really was. But
it like had potential, but they just weren't doing it right.
No, and like they ask us all the time, to like, okay, when people ask you what this place is, what are you gonna say? I'm like, motherfucker, you don't know what to tell me what this place is because it was a Vietnamese inspired, French inspired, sushi kind of a thing, and it was awesome. And I fucking ran that shit. And I worked with, honestly, I gotta say this. I worked with, like, I gotta say, cocktail dorks in parentheses.
Cocktologists?
Cocktail dorks because I love them very, very much. But they taught me so much because, like, working in San Diego for 20 fucking years bartending.
Vodka sodas, vodka cranberries.
Well, just high volume, you know?
Yeah, you're not making fucking cocktails.
And I got referred from one of my good friends in San Diego to this place. And they thought that I was just like, okay, here we go. Okay, you're going to do this, whatever. And all of a sudden they're just like, what? And they didn't know what they were doing. And these guys were just like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. But I actually, like, learned a lot about, like, pinky up. I'm Billy Marty. I want to do this. And all these other, like, really, really awesome cocktails. I mean, Boulevardier is, like, pretty standard.
Yeah.
In Denver.
Negroni with whiskey, yeah.
No, but listen, like, what I did in San Diego, not so much. You know, there's only a couple cocktail bars in San Diego, which is awesome.
Right.
But here in Denver, I found that, like, it's kind of, like, commonplace-ish.
Yeah, no, I stepped up my game when I moved here, too. Like, there's a lot of different shit. You're not doing the two-parters, the vodka cranberries, the Jack and Cokes.
Yeah.
You're doing fucking old-fashions and...
old-fashioned, well, yeah.
Boulevardiers, Negronis, fucking aviations.
Exactly. So I learned all of this shit from my two favorite cocktail dorks, and Evren and Kyle, love them so much. They're
shout out.
Room for Millie, go see them. Anyways, that being said, I told them, I'm like, dude, we are down the street from the ballpark, okay? We need to be high volume. And they're just like, no, we don't. What are you talking about?
We don't want to make more money.
No, we don't need to set this bar up for high volume. I'm like, no, if that's what you want to do, we are 2 blocks from the bar. No. And that's all, like, the owners talked to me about was about, like, how we're going to be so busy during baseball season. I was like, okay, well, this bar is set up for crap. We need to, like, not have all these Amaros. How many Amaros you fucking need? Like,
1.
Oh, we had, like, 15.
No, it's too much.
Anyways, so...
It's no Nino. That's all you need.
So, when it came down to high volume, one of these days, we had a huge fucking pub crawl, whatever. And somebody ordered, like, 15 green teas, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like, Steph! I'm like... And of course I nailed it because
You solved the problem.
Well, Wave House, we had to do, like, pour counts, like, almost every shift. It was insane.
Before you started? Like, you have to get your ounces down, ounce and a half?
There was, like, not even an ounce and a half. It was, like, 2 hand either side. It was a 16 pour test. And so, like, that came from, like, House of Blues or whatever. That's whatever.
Yep.
Anyways, so I know my fucking pour count. So I'm like, oh, how many? Okay, cool. I was like, perfect. And they're like, I'm like, fucking respect, bitches, just because you know how to, like, me.
Stir your little Sazerac.
No. Yeah, cool. Thank you for teaching me that, but you guys don't know high volume. And anyways, all I'm saying is that was my first job in fucking Denver. And it was cool, but at the same time, not my speed.
Right. You're like a party starter. You like the high volume. You're like me. You're kind of like a maniac. You like fucking throw down. You like to start the party.
Well, I am the party. I don't like.
You are the party, yeah.
Well, if the music's first of all, if the music's right, I am the party. 100%.
Oh yeah. If the by the way, I've seen her. We went to a Tool concert, by the way.
Oh, his first one, by the way.
My first concert. Oh my God! If you go to a Tool concert, you didn't go to a Tool concert unless you went with Steph.
It was my second one this year. I took him to Denver, and I went to Cleveland this year. And
oh my God!
I'm moving to whatever. I'm going to see him again.
Nashville.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Anyways, yes, I love Tool very much. But anyways, that has nothing to do with.
No, it's a little aside.
With the music, yes, but you got to. Oh, I'm so happy that I got to. Oh my gosh, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier that you got to see Tool for the first time with me.
My Tool virginity was taken by Steph.
Oh, pop that! I fucking like violated that cherry.
You sure
and
did.
You liked it. Fuck yeah, you did.
Oh my god, it's amazing. She's so right, by the way.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right. Where are we at? Let's go.
We're in Denver. You left the place that wasn't set up for high volume.
Oh, okay. So I was just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Even though I love this place because like it reminded me of San Diego when I got to work at Hard Rock and like Sidebar. I got to like wear like, you know, like lingerie behind the bar and actually be like sexy and just be able to like extract money out of people's wallets. And
hold on a second. Steph's hot as fuck, just so you guys know this. So, just so you know, just visualize that. Steph in lingerie, hot as fuck, banging bod, gorgeous face, amazing hair, like the whole thing, the whole nine. So now, picture her in lingerie.
So,
just beautiful body.
So, working at this first place, I did my thing and also like crushed, but like I wasn't like my speed because I was like, no, I'm a high volume bartender and this is what I do. So I applied to this place and it was just like, what is it? Like, I don't know, someplace online. It was just like, oh, Poached. And it was just like, okay, this place. And I heard about this other place, Avanti. So I applied one night and don't get me wrong, I was about 2 bottles deep in vino. I was fucked up. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And so in the subject line, I was like, I hear you need a badass bartender. And that's what I sent. And I gave him my like resume. And I'm like, this is what it is. Where I work, it sucks. I don't like it because it's why. And
just being completely honest.
Yeah. Again, I don't actually, this is what I did. I hear you need a badass bartender. I got a call the next day and had a interview the day later, like, hey, can you come and see me? Turns out I interviewed with the GM, not the AGM.
Yeah, you didn't have to go up the ladder.
No,
they just went to the top right away.
Right to Dan. And he was just like, well, what the fuck? And I was just like, what do you mean, what the fuck? And then he started like all these like F-bombs and he was just like, dude, you're cool as shit. Like, I can tell you what you're doing. He's like, oh man, all right. Well, what do you want to know about me? Because I feel like you're like a shoe and whatever. I guess I have to send you to JP tomorrow, I guess, and figure it out. I'm like, what do you mean figure it out? He's like, well, you're already in. We need somebody like this weekend. Can you work this weekend? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, well, don't say that I said that, but can you come in and just formality talk to JP? I'm like, yeah. So knowing that, I went right to the bar.
Yeah, I remember this.
I went right to the bar, and I was like, well, looks like this shit's fucking rad. And I sat there, and I looked at the bartender, and it was my friend that's sitting next to me. His name was Greg. And I was just like, oh, can I get a glass of rosé? And he was just like, cool, yeah. And da-da-da. And like, I ordered another one because I was feeling pretty fucking confident about it.
Yeah.
And you bought me that one.
Yeah, of course.
And I was just like, hey, just so you know, I'm working with you. And he was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, yeah. I'm supposed to have an interview tomorrow with JP. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. See you later. And it's been going swimmingly ever since.
So I don't know if Steph's impersonation of me is accurate, but yeah, just to let you know, to help you visualize, yeah I bought her rosé. That tells you everything you need to know.
The second one, it was happy hour. It was only 4 hours, bitch. So fucking
whatever. I didn't run out my comp. I'm not going to do that, but it lets you know what's going on.
Don't trip. Anyways, it was awesome because I looked at him. I was like, I'm working with you. He was like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, I know, like, for real.
And I always talked about this in the episodes, like when you connect with somebody, like eye contact, you can tell when they're like you. You're like,
super hot.
It's like a fellow maniac. And I like connected with you. I looked in your eyes.
Yeah,
I
was like, well,
I'm like, oh, we're gonna have fun. Like when you're like, oh, we're working together.
Well,
like, oh, this is gonna be crazy.
What kind of confidence do you get when you automatically interview with the GM? Like the guy, it's supposed to be the last guy. All right, cool, I got this. And so I was like, I'm gonna have a glass of fucking wine. So I went over to the bar and this motherfucker bought me one. And I was just like, all right, you're a friend.
Yeah, 100%. And and we had a great time. Like you're a fucking amazing bartender. I loved working with you. You like got the party started. You're a machine. In the well. Just
Thank
like
you.
Pistons fucking popping, like just fucking boom, boom,
No, I
boom,
love
boom,
it.
cranking
Like,
it out.
Bartending is like my favorite thing to do. Like as far as what it's so funny. Like, forever, like, what I've been doing. Like, I mean, I have, marketing degrees, San Diego State. Go Aztecs.